Yo, 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 what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Boxmining. So, look at this amazing view behind me. I'm in Guilin, China, doing some rural countryside exploring and, well, a little bit of cryptocurrency updates as well. So, we'll talk a little bit about China, how some interesting facts that's happening over here locally, and then we'll also talk about the whole cryptocurrency markets. Something that is mildly remarkable here, even a countryside, is the 4G coverage. Like we're at like max 4G coverage. I just tested it earlier. It's around 30 megabytes per second, and it's like this for pretty much everywhere in the countryside. And something that's quite interesting with the people actually using this is that all the farmers, they have phones and stuff, so you can pay them WeChat Pay. That's like a crazy level of adoption. You go to some of these villages, they've been around for what, 600 years, unchanged. They're kind of like these rice terraces, minority groups, but they all have bloody WeChat Pay now. It just goes to show that it doesn't take much to get adoption. It took just a few years for WeChat Pay to gain mass adoption in the payment space. Now, something that I also noticed about WeChat Pay is that it uses QR codes. So unlike other forms of payment, like your NFC payment or Apple Pay or whatnot that uses the tap to go feature, they chose to use the most primitive form of technology, which is QR codes. The reason being is that it's much easier to adopt it because every phone has a camera. Even if the camera is really shitty, it still works with QR codes. And not every phone has NFC. So that's what the Chinese decided to do. They decided, you know what, QR codes, much easier to teach people how to use it and much easier to gain adoption. And this also tells you a little bit about payment as well. It's not always the most high advanced technology that wins, but rather it's sometimes the most primitive, most easy to adopt version. And I feel like this is something that we do have to discuss in the cryptocurrency space as well, because sometimes we always choose for the most technologically advanced option, and maybe we just need to look at what people actually want to use. And by the way, these are the toilets here. That looks pretty horrific as a toilet. WeChat payment right here. You can get pretty much your payment done. Hey! See Justin and Fred up in front.
So on this trip, we had my friend Fred, who's a Russian entrepreneur doing business in China, exporting ASIC miners to the Russian crowd. And I asked him a lot of questions about mining in China and how it's far from dead.
Fred, you're kind of from Russia, right? So how did this whole story begin with you?
Michael, thanks for this interview and for your questions. Many Russians really interested in investment in mining. I don't know why. Maybe because we like to invest to something that we can touch. And I think this story for me began more than 1 year ago in 2017 when I again came to China, and I saw a real big pump because so many Russians came here with the bags full of money, and it was something like, shut up and take my money. I need miners. S9, please. How many?
So they're just setting that up for you.
Yeah.
They want S9. So they came all the way from Russia. They want to buy miners from China to bring it over to Russia. So you had that perfect opportunity there to get the S9, source the S9 with Bitmain and
Yeah, that's right. And one more thing, why I saw these opportunities, because the main factory, for example, Bitmain, when Bitmain opened orders, only in 2 minutes sold out. And that's why simple customers can buy directly, and they need to buy from different traders, but not so many trusted traders here. That's why they need someone who can help them. So I found these opportunities, and we built a brand, and we started company to selling mining machines. And it was shock for me because only for several months we sold mining machines more than $1 million. It was really crazy. And I did not sleep every time. Hey Fred, my friend told me that you are in Shenzhen, right? Can you send me miners? I said, okay. How many
right.
miners you want? What do you want? And no sleep, only 2 hours per day. It
Wow.
was crazy. Yeah.
Wow. So you've been sourcing miners, buying miners up in Shenzhen because that's basically where it's produced, and then shipping it into Russia for almost 2 years now, right? So you started in 2017-ish.
Yeah.
So how's business not like right now? So in the past few months, are still people buying a lot of miners? What's it like?
How in all of other market last year was like a crypto winter,
Right, right.
and many people lose much money, for this, and that's why of course interest to buying mining machines also drops off. Yeah, but for some periods, many Russians invest to, for example, second-hand miners,
Right,
because we have good opportunities for
Right.
mining, because we have in some part of Russia we have really low cost for electricity.
Right, right.
And after the last events and Bitcoin pump,
Mhm.
interest to mining
What-
increase again.
So just these few weeks, right? Like right now.
3 weeks, yeah, man. And price for mining also increased.
So
Yeah.
So I'm in the Longjing rice terraces in China. Check this out, guys. Chinese are very good farmers, it turns out. All of this terrace land. This is the backbone of China, pretty much providing a lot of rice supply for the whole country. And they managed to use all of this freaking land, this mountainous land, to farm rice.
So something we definitely asked ourselves is it viable to mine in these remote mountainous regions? And the answer obviously is yes. So long as there's electricity and good internet, which there was almost 30 megabytes per second of, then yeah, we can put a bunker and start remote mining in these random hills. And this is why shutting down mining in China is nearly impossible. That's because anywhere there's electricity and there's internet, people can hide miners away. And this is also why it's so hard to do any sort of research on miners in China, because miners are not obliged to report where they are mining and how many miners they have.
Something that I noticed that's slightly interesting here is that for all the banks, they put a big sign outside saying the renminbi, the national currency of China, is the only legally supported currency. So China's very anal about that right now. They really don't want any other competing currencies like Bitcoin infiltrating space. So even though we see a lot of shops, they have QR codes out for, say, WeChat or Alipay, legally speaking, there's just no way that they can accept Bitcoin at this current point. So right now, in terms of legality in China, what Bitcoin is doing is it's not illegal to hold Bitcoin, but it's illegal to use it as a currency. You can only use it as a store of value. Very much like gold. You can't go to a shops with gold and use it, but you can still store it and use it as a store of value. And I don't see that changing for now until there are major changes within the government structure. But what I do see in the future is that because there's a risk of currency devaluation in China. So what I see here is that eventually as these people, they need to store value and they are afraid that their currency is going to devaluate, there is a chance that they're going to choose to use Bitcoin.
And that's it for my China adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog style video, and I hope to do more in the future. Tell me what you liked, didn't like, and if you have any questions about China, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to click the subscribe button. See you guys in the next video.